All right, folks, I'm trying to run here again with you. We got to turn this volume down. I already know that right now. Hold on. We want to get this going on. Volume loop. Boop. And there we go. Got that off, and hopefully we're up and running. And let's get to watch the end of the day here. I told you I was going to have to close out early today, but hopefully you can see what I'm showing you now, and that we are back up and running here to close out from 3:30 to a little bit till here from the. I think we're going to see an ascension here, so I decided to come back in right now, and let's just see if I'm right. If we're going to see a move here in the very last part of the day. So I want to thank you for being here with me while we watch this closely. And we are watching several different things here. What I did while I was down this time was I actually called Wow, and I service guy is on his way out again because I'm just telling him this isn't working. I'm paying for 500 download speed. I'm getting 150, 160. I'm paying for upload speeds of 50. I'm getting 35. I said if I'm paying for it, I should be getting it. And so they're trying to reroute and do things with my router and reset it. And he's told me it wasn't set up properly with firewall or blah, blah, blah. And still wasn't working worth a crap. Going in and out. I showed him, look right here. I just did a speed test. I'm getting zero upload, 0.02, folks. And that's when I'm out. And when the signal's off, I've got nothing. It's cutting me off completely. The download speed drops to practically nothing. And then the upload goes to nothing. So there's something going on here that we're going to get to the bottom of somewhere here close by, but it's going to be a long time because there's so much damage in the area that my earliest is September 7th. I have an appointment with them to come here on September 7th. Yeah, on a Friday, somewhere between 8 o'clock. So September 8th. Well, it's on the 8th at least. I'll get it on the 8th. What do you know? September 8th, 8 to 11 a.m. sometime. Guy will probably show up here right at 8 o'clock. Doesn't matter. I get up early. You all know that already from the beginning when I started coming up and showing you. I get up sometimes at 4 in the morning to watch things. When things really get active, I like to be an early bird. So anyway, speaking of that, we're thinking we're going to start seeing some action now. Looking at the history of the volume, we're now about 19.5 million, whereas we have been yesterday 26,055. I wrote it down how many million we were at, and I like to keep track of it. So today at 317, we were at 19. Yesterday at 2, we were at 18,138. So we're lower volume today than yesterday. The day before yesterday at 302, we were at 2692. So just about the same as the day before yesterday. And that one made a move up in the after as well, in the after hours. And we've been seeing that recently a lot, haven't we? Seeing a little bit gains in the after hours. We see that first drop right afterwards, and it's a penny or two or maybe three, but it comes right back after 7 o'clock each night, each evening. There's people taking advantage of the drops of the low manipulation, low volume manipulators, and they come in on it and buy it up. So what do we got going on here now with SOFI on the chart? Well, let's get in here on the 1 day right now and refresh it and see what it looks like to us. All right, boom. See what we see over here on the way of in the way of candlesticks on this. And thank you for being here with me. Like I said, I've got to run out here a little bit early today, but I figured I'd pop back on here for right now to see if we're going to see a breakaway from 330 on, up, up, up. And I think we will, but I don't know. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But hey, what the heck have we got going on here? Look at this beautiful move and the upside crossover. This is starting to happen every afternoon, folks. A triple upside crossover of the 200-day moving average at 230 is happening every day now. Every single day almost, like clockwork, folks. Just so you know, hopefully you're being able to see. Let me get over here to this page and bring it over here. Boom. There we go. Now that's over here. I can see you folks if you're chatting with me. All right. We're back up. Yay. We're back up for a little while, cats. Gotta leave soon, though. Yep, got things to do this afternoon, but we're up. We're back up again. Enter that. There you go. We're back up for a little while, cats. Got to leave soon, though. So we only got two with us right now, and that's great. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found me again after I got shut down. And look at my speed here, 169.53.8. If I do this again right now, let's see what we get. And hopefully it stays up high. But it's been horrible. And we're going to look at it now and see and analyze because it's coming and going. And this is going to be proof of it right here. See this? We just went from a download speed of 169 to a download of barely 100, 104, 103, 100. Do you see that drop? I just did the speed test 15 minutes ago, 169. Now look at my upload speed. It's horrible. Well, at least they've got us up over 50 on that, and that's important because that's what I'm trying to do here. So there you go, folks. But look at that download speed. I'm paying for 500, getting 102. Ridiculous. And this, a couple of times I did a test, this was just nothing, 0.03. And I showed him that. He was on the line with me, the tech, while we were doing it. That's why he's sending someone out. And now you can see what's going on with what's going on here, okay? Bingo, bungo, boom. So everything's going out, including all these things that I have up here at the top. But look at this stock, folks, ADTX. And folks, I'm not asking you to buy into this, but take a look what's happened with this. Up 394%. And at one time here, folks, it was up 600%. ADTX, it's been halted, up again, halted, up again, halted, up again. I don't know. Very risky to get involved here, but look at with these ADTX. Look at how flatlined it was here this morning at 980, 980, 990. Someone brought it to my attention earlier and said, check out ADTX. I believe, folks, I'm not sure who that was. It may have been, I can't remember. Somebody, I think it might have been Spartacus, but it might have been someone else because we had several people pulling up with mentioning some stocks to take a look at. And my goodness gracious, what the heck? Look at this thing. And it'll be unhalted again. Who knows? Just watching it close. It's all over. When it was running, it was all over, man. So be careful. But check it out anyway. Here's another one that was called HASI, making a nice little gain today. It's a little bit pricey, but a good gain. Tilray has made a good gain today, 13% up. We got this one up nicely. DNA, I called that, and so did Carl. KK called that down in Cocoa. And look at this, Shopify. Look at this right here. Pay attention to it and the numbers you're dealing with right here and what's going on here. And these numbers all across the board, they stink high heavens. All right. But look what's happened with this chart all day long. Don't get in here, though, would be my suggestion, but I could be wrong. If it breaks over that, get in. If it gets to 6.7, 6.8, come on in. The water's fine. But until then, until we see that, don't mess with it. I'm just wasting your time. You could be. At least that's my opinion on it. Right now, here we go. Look at IIPR, up 4% today. This is a little pricey, but a nice one that was called out by Spartacus as well. He's having a good day if he owns all these, and I think he does. And TSLY, another one that's done well. Green on a day. And here's NVIDIA, green again, and going to go back up over 5, folks. I told you when it was worked down here to look at this price right here because they had beat the street. Same thing happened to them that happened to SOFI, just not quite as bad. But they were down about 12% off the beat the street date. And this is probably the day they announced it, was back here, right? I'll show it to you. I'm guessing it was right here when they announced beating the street, when it dropped to right there, right? And that's what happens to SOFI too. But NVIDIA, on the day that they announced they beat the street, they were up over 500. I watched it in after hours. You don't see that on here at all because it was in after hours. It's at 513. Then they yanked that thing right back on the next day, ran at it hard. They wanted in on it. 408 people and now 496. All right. Just so you're aware of it, we're watching that because this is a market leader in NVIDIA. Notice the NASDAQ up green today. The Dow, NASDAQ still making gains off of what I told you was the bottom. And I think it was, and it's going to continue to do that. That'll be good for all of us. Hey, Brubasoid, what's happening? Yes, sirree. Yeah. Welcome, 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 and welcome to the channel as I close out the day. We've had another good day. And what reason I say that is historically looking at the data, look at today. We had the day's range, a low of 852, a high of 887, a new high. And folks, I want to show you how that compares to the low of yesterday. The low yesterday, 836, and the day before, 816 and 806. All right, see these numbers here? I called this. I told you all to get back in here on 789. This price was where you should buy. And I filled that order. You watched me. Some of you watched me go in with bigger numbers than I usually do, with zeros behind them this time. And so now you see what's going on. Look at this, 3 days now in a row, higher, higher, and higher today. By how much? 36 to 52, 46, 16-cent gain on that. And down here, look at the high, also up, 9-cent gain on the high. So folks, this is a winner for us, a winning day for us, demolishing the high and low again. And that's how many days in a row. And I told you when it was here, we're going to see many days of higher highs going right on up. And that's exactly what we've been seeing here. You can see what's happening, just what I called. So thank you that all that are here right now. I just got back up and running, Brobosoid. I had a bunch of people on here with me, and my signal got cut. So I had to come right back on here just now for the last few minutes. I'm going to be cutting off here about 10 minutes till today. And but I'm watching this run here coming into the final half hour. I expect to see us go green today again. And so we're seeing them now trying to hold it a penny down. Not going to work for them, though. It's not happening. There's just too much interest in this stock, folks. There's too many people wanting to buy it. You can forget about that 868 number. Look where we are now, refreshing the screen. You're going to see this thing dissolve away, and it's going to keep going right on up, folks, I do believe. Now, don't worry if it does happen to pull back a little tiny bit, because it's not going to just keep going up and up and up and up and up. It has to have breathing like a fine wine when you open it up. You got to let it breathe every once in a while, and that's what's happening. Hey, UK Echo, good to see you, man. Yeah, I've had some trouble with my signal here today while I had the tech on the phone with me. It actually dropped completely. I showed him, look at my upload speed now. It's 0.01. He goes, I see that. We got to send the tech out. Something's wrong with the wire, probably out at the pole. That's what he's thinking. We got problems out at the pole. And I think so, because it's intermittent. It keeps coming in, it keeps going out, keeps coming in, keeps going out. Sometimes it's really, really high. Sometimes it's low. So that's what's been going on with me here today, folks. Been having trouble, and want to thank you for being here. Friday sell-off. I don't know, man. Not last Friday. We didn't see that, did we? Last Friday was an up day for us, and I see it again in the cards. Well, I'm not surprised by that one bit. I'm not surprised. I told everybody what was going on with this stock, and I show people, man, the numbers. These numbers, they are undeniable. I don't know if you're still with me, Brobosoid, or not, but I'm going to show you something that'll blow your mind, man. Check this out right here. Look at these swings on this SOFI stock and why it's such a great day trading stock. From the earnings call on October 31st, this one right here, folks, that actually was November 1st, that this earnings call was made on this screen you're looking at. And I've shown this before many times. Catfish, thank you for helping me make a ton of money. Yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. I like that. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Got some support there. And I appreciate your appreciation, bro. But really do. Thank you for being a lifelong friend, man. We've gone through it all, me and this guy together. And A. Ward Design, look him up. Look up his cabinetry, folks. Get online, find it. Find it, folks. And we're starting to get people back in here that are finding me coming back up. They have the notification bell, and we're getting our crowd back in here now. Sorry that I got cut off again, but this is the internet problems I'm having with all the storms we've had over the last week up here. And we've got major trees down everywhere, tree limbs down, broken lines. We got crews out everywhere. And in fact, the tech is going to come out here and look at my situation. Can't even make it out here till September the 8th. So we're going to be a while before that person shows up to get this fixed. But a week or so from now, hopefully we'll have these interruptions stopped. But I appreciate your persistence, folks, for those of you who find me again when they get the signals dropped and you come and look me up again and get back on with me. I appreciate that. That's very good. I appreciate the support. I appreciate your liking each of my videos so it gets shared with more people. But check this out, bro. So on that date that I go back to, October 1st, if you owned 100 shares of this stock the day before, and you bought them at $5.44, okay? 100 shares, $5.44. Had you spent a whole $544 on this stock on the day before this call came out on earnings, here's how much you'd be have made today. Are you ready for this? Here we go. If you had bought at $5.44, sold the next day at $6.47, you would have gained 15.9%. Then if you shorted there at that $6.47 and then bought your way back out at 494, you would have gained 23%, 23.64 to be exact. If 6 days later, after the 494 drop, you had gone long at 494 and then sold at 11.15, 6 days later, you would have made a 19.41% profit. Folks, from 11.15, if you would have waited just 3 weeks on 12/7, December 7th of this year, from 613, you could have sold on a shorted position at 613 at 424 a share and made 30.8%. And now by that point, you're up 89.75% on this stock in just 4 trades. And look how many more there are on this sheet, okay? And I show people time and time again, if you bought at the low, sold at the high, shorted at the high, sold at the next low, bought at that low, went long, and sold at the high, that folks, you would have made 493% gain, I think what it came out to. And I even did it all on here to make sure and did the math and correct. And folks, unbelievable. Off your $544 investment, if you had done that every time, you would now own $21,885 in your account from 544, 100 shares. And people are buying thousands and 50,000 and 100,000 shares at a time sometimes, people. And just think of the incredible amounts of money being made on this stock. It's mind-blowing. It really is. And by the way, I also factored out here what the average swing was with all these crazy swings up and down. The average swing out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3. The average swing out of all these is a 25.48% swing average from the low to the high, high to the low, low to the high, and sometimes much, much more. At one point, folks, this thing on December 7th was $4.24. And by February 2nd, a month and a half, 3 weeks, $8.24, up a whopping $5.66. Unbelievable, folks. I mean, it is just incredible. And then there was even a bigger gain than that. There was a bigger gain than that on this, a 56% gain one time. Folks, there have been some manipulative numbers that would just blow your mind if you saw how much this stock had been driven up 30%, down 30%, up 30%, down 30%. And folks, over the last month, I got news for you. This was the down 32.5% to that number right there. That's the down 32.5%. Now we got the up 30% coming. And we still have 10% left on that game. Trust me, folks, what I'm saying to you is not baloney. You look at the history, it tells you where this thing is going to be going. You can see it over and over, time and time and time again. And that's why I point these things out to everyone so they can take advantage of it. Because this is right now a minimum of a 23% swing to the upside, and we've only got 9% up right now from where we were at 789. So we're up 9% now. We're going more. You'll see. This won't be stopped. This run won't be stopped. But as I told you before, when you go back to the May 15th date and look at this right here, May 15th, the big takedown date of 445, almost the all-time low. The all-time low was 424 on this a month earlier than that. Back here, 424. You'll see it right down here. It was lower, and I'm pointing out to you. There it was. Boom. December 28th, 2022, 424 low. And look where we are now. Everyone who bought that December 28th, now, in this period, 9 months later, folks, congratulations to you. That's all I got to say. 9 months later, doubled your money. Cha-ching. And a lot of people, folks, here's where I started coming on, telling everybody to get in here. I did. It was on this date right here. 469, 496. This is the range when I started my first videos. So you've almost doubled those that came in with me there from the beginning, and why we have a good following now, because people like making money. Jay Reezy, thank you. What are your thoughts about the people that bought at all-time high and still holding? Well, there aren't many of those, first of all. The only ones that would be the institutions, some of them. All right, they don't really worry about these swings that much. They make their commitments on something that they feel good about, and they stick with it, and they hold long terms. But see, I don't think there's been retail. I think there's none. I mean, there could be A very, very small fraction. And that's why I say there's such little resistance going to be coming our way, Jay Reezy, to the upward move now. Because so many have sold out as it tumbled down from $24. Then it went back up to 24, then right back down, and then kept falling. And all of the people that left out of there, retail just dumping out of there, along with the hedge funds that were buying in at the time. Because I've shown people when you go to this institutional ownership chart right here, we're going to go to it now. We're going to go to our bookmarks page here, institutional owners. And this is an interesting thing to see on this one I'm going to show you here, right? Let's get here real quick. Institutional owners has now risen now to 697. So we've got more long, 643 with long positions expecting the price to go up, 22 with short positions expecting the price to drop. See the ratio? And there's a 32 of them that go long and short. They catch the pops and they catch the drops, right? And they're smart to do that. A lot of people do that to trade both ways. No. Get out of here. I'm looking for this chart right here. Look at this right here. So all the time the price was dropping from $24 up here. See over here, it says 23, 24, 25. Ever since then, look at all the institutions that were piling in the whole time it was dropping like mad. They were heavily coming in here during this time. Majorly, while the price was just falling from 24 to 20 to 18 to 16 to 13. They were piling in. Look at all the accumulation of shares there, folks. Why? Well, I think they were trying to push this competitor of theirs, this new fledgling bank, out of existence. The bank that's now gone from rated in the 300s, rated in the 200s, rated in the 100s. Now it is in the top 100. I don't know what it is, but folks, it's going to continue to make ratings jumps. And this guy has said that runs the show, Anthony Noto, has told everybody, and I believe him, that they're going to be in the top 10 banks in the world. The top 10 bank in the world. And he can say that because of the growth they're experiencing right now. But notice all these institutions piling in and more and more ownership of the shares at these low prices here. They were gobbling them up. And you're alert and very smart to pay attention to this right here, folks, because these institutions, they're long-term thinkers. All right, there you go, Jay Reezy 1. You can see that chart. That's very, very, very interesting to see. As the price tumbled down and down and down and down and down, they just kept hoarding it up. More than ever, really, during that deepest point, right? Yeah, all right, just so you're aware. And they're still coming in, and they're buying shares. More institutions coming in now daily. I've shown people that, too. Over the last 2 or 3 weeks, there's been 30 institutions take up positions on this stock, folks. 30 new ones. It went from 613 to 633, and then now we're at 697, folks. This has got institutions pouring in and accumulating on the lows every time. And then look at this chart right here. Folks, we're getting very close here. 353. I'm going to have to get shut down. I want to thank you for being here. Doesn't surprise me at all to see this price, 866. I'm very pleased with the fact that today, again, we saw a new higher high. We saw a new lower low. And that's what we're going to continue to keep saying. I keep telling you this. Even if they close this out red any day, it matters not. What matters is what I'm showing you right there, folks, on the historical data of the highs and the lows. That is the most important thing that you need to be considering. And that is what you need to look at daily, is that the lows keep getting from 806 to 817, now 836, 852 today. Folks, that's a big gain on the low. They hate seeing that. Trust me. All right? I guarantee you they cannot stand it regardless of what the price is they close this out today. It matters not. Do not even pay any attention to this. They lost big time today, and they're going to have a hard time explaining to their constituents how on 6 million less volume today than yesterday, 6 million less, that they couldn't get this thing down more than 6 cents, not even a full percent. Oh my God, so hideous for them. And to see the higher than by, and how much was it? 46 to 78, 32-cent improvement on the high. Dang straight, folks. And there's nothing they can do about that. It's in the record books for good. They can see it. Everybody can see it and go, dang, this thing's on fire. And look at the high. All right? So this is from the open yesterday. Opened at 846. Today opened at 878. 32-cent open pop. All right? And folks, it was at 874 at the close and came to 878. So we saw it pop up, and we're going to see it again this time now after this manipulation effort. where they try to close at 866. Not holding for them though. But hey, thank you for being here to watch me close this out. And as soon as it does, I'm going to be jumping in my vehicle. I'm out of here. I got to go take care of a few errands, get them done. Sound is out. My sound is out. Why? I don't know why. I'm certainly not doing it. Oh, I see it. I got cut off over here somehow. Boop. I'm going to go over here. Hold on. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. Back up. Boom. That's mine. Now let's go over here. I don't know why my sound would be out because I'm using OBS and I have my own recording here. It says mic audio. Mic is good. I got signal here on my beam on my what I'm showing, so I don't know how the sound could be out. It might be out. Might want to check your end because I'm seeing microphone and I'm seeing streaming. I'm seeing up live, and I see volume level up. I don't see it muted at all, and so I don't understand what's happening. But this could be again part of what's going on with this whole daggum network being problems. My sound is good. Thank you, brothers. All right, so Jay Reese, sound is out. It's on your end because there's apparently another one is on here. Jay Z, okay, got it. It's good. Okay, very good. Nope, no problems. Glad to know because people keep me informed, and I have made mistakes audio wise in the past, and so I correct them right away. And so being on top of it is good, and I appreciate it. Both of you guys, thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate your being here. Now we've got 10 backed into the crowd. Sorry that all of you that were here earlier, I had today, I think somewhere around 100 and something total that were here during the day, and then that we were having around, I don't know, 25 or 30, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got lost again in the signal at right around 2:40 this afternoon. Dropped. I want to thank you all for being here and for helping me through each one of these broadcasts by sharing it with your friends. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just here to guide people based on what the charts are showing me, what the volume is showing me, and what I'm seeing. And that's all. So again, as I've said to you folks, even though we saw a winning day with the high higher by a lot more and the low higher by a little more, folks, what we saw was a gain from the open yesterday to the open today. Significant gain, 32 cents. And those kind of gains every day on the opens are going to be to our advantage, and I expect to see them continue. That's all I'm going to say about that. We now have 2 minutes left, and I went ahead and went over. I was going to stop early, but I can't help but watch and see where we end up. And my guess is, so what? Tiddlywinks, if they get 866 close, doesn't matter. It's going to go right on up in the after hours. And it, like it did today, look at this, 887 for the high. And folks, what was our high yesterday? Go look at it. Here's our high, 878. And the day before that, 20 cents less. And the day before that, 16 cents less. Are you catching on? Okay. This is what we're going to see daily. It's going to keep going. You're going to keep making money on this stock if you just stick with it for the long term. Because as I've already shown you, the typical swing is about 30%. And from this number right here on the 31st, 1145 was the price. From right there to this price that we were at 789 is 32.56% down. So now we're going to see it turn and go the other way, just like it always has. That's my prediction. Ching ching. It's a money making machine. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it as we watch this last closing. And then I am, like I said, going to bolt it up and get out of here, tighten the doors, lock down the hatches. Thank you for being here with me. My prayers go out to the folks down there in Florida who've had such devastation there. I saw pictures. My prayers are out to you. I want to wish you all happiness. I want to wish you all prosperity like we did today. And even though I said we're a fraction down, matters not. We gained on the low, we gained on the high, and that's all that matters. And we also gained with good news that inflation is cooling off. Those are the headlines, folks. So don't be fooled by this rundown of the Dow after that news came out that inflation is cooling off. This is run down on purpose by people who are caught off guard. And by the way, I mentioned this, the Dow means nothing. Everybody's in the NASDAQ. Retail is 85% of the retail market is in the NASDAQ. Don't be confused by these high blue chip bullshit stocks. This is where it's all at. This is where all the weight is and all the money is in the market is in the NASDAQ. Don't be fooled. Okay. So that's it. Look at this. 866 close. Called it. I knew it would be there. Good for them. Now watch what happens in the after hours. You'll see and you'll find out that tonight we are not going to have a red close in the after hours, just like we have it all week long. It's going to go up. Just trust me. And if it doesn't matter anyway, because we're going to keep going up over and over and over. Tomorrow will be a gap up, just like we saw a gap up today. From this close to the open tomorrow, I call gap up. Let's just see if I'm right. Catfish wishes you all well. And by the way, going to say right now that this guy close it out for me now. And so, everybody, we want to thank you for being here today for the King Cat Show. And we got to get on the way because we got to get things done. We got to sniff around and dig up some more great information about things that are going on behind the scenes, like J.P. Morgan downgrading PLTR today when they own $267 million worth of the stock. These are the things you find out from here, folks, and we're telling you the truth. No monkeying around. Thank you for being here with Catfish today. And hey, all you King Cats out there, have a great day and a great evening. And again, wish you happiness, wish you prosperity, and of course, we always wish you, of all things, the best of health. So that's it. And we hope